get into it, man. Let's talk about the upcoming NFL season. Preseason officially ended today. We're recording here on a Sunday night. I think preseason last game was tonight or today or whatever. So new season starting up this coming weekend. Who do we have winning the Super Bowl? I'll start off. I got my Eagles finally getting that bowl again. You know what I'm saying? I think we'll play the Bengals. I have a feeling that Joe Burrow, with a healthy Jamar Chase, a healthy team, updated roster, they're going to really implement themselves because they were only a play or two away from making the Super Bowl again last year. If it wasn't for Buddy pushing Mahomes with the late hit, it would have been, I can't remember how it went down, but either way, that penalty really shaped the game. And it also, basically, I'm gonna be honest with you. Now I'm looking at it as an Eagles fan. The Chiefs got to a Super Bowl because of a penalty, and they won them because of a penalty. But I digress. Either way, yeah, I'm still hurt over it, honestly. But I think the Bengals might beat the Chiefs this year, or whoever they'll need to beat, because they demolished the Bills at Bills Stadium in front of DeMar Hamlin. All that you thought, DeMar Hamlin's there. The Bills are, they got a chip on the shoulder from the year previous. They're going to want to win it all this year. No, Bengals shut it down. They didn't care. So I think the Bengals can do that again to the Bills and any other threat in the AFC they can beat. And I think they can do it to the Chiefs too. But then they'll meet us and we'll beat them. So that's my prediction. Bengals versus Eagles. Eagles take it all.
Yeah, I like that prediction. I'm not going to lie. That's solid. That's a solid prediction. I think I'm going to go with the Eagles and the Ravens. And the Eagles, it's kind of self-explanatory.
As you should, King.
They revamped them through the draft. I liked it pretty much their whole draft. Like, their draft class was very strong. They got DeAndre Swift, so they have somebody of a caliber at the running back position. So, and you got Jalen Hurts with his rushing attack. So, the offense is self-explanatory. You got two primetime talents at the wide receiver. Arguably one of the, I say top 5, top 4 receiving core in the league. And then that defense, I like that defense. So, yeah, the Eagles. And until I see something coming out the NFC that's like significant, I'm looking at Seattle, but I don't know with Geno Smith. I just don't know. But it could, because I know DK Metcalf going to go off this year. And I like Geno, but I just don't know as far as like winning a Super Bowl. But it's like teams I like. But teams I feel like going to win the Super Bowl is pretty much the Eagles.
Appreciate that.
And then, I got the Ravens just because I feel like Lamar going to come in this year, a man on a mission. And he has all like the tools as far as his game. I trust him as a passer. I like his decision making. He can run. He been proven in the playoff. He just gotta take it to that next level. He gotta win that conference. He gotta win that conference championship. So, and
that's true.
And I feel like with Joe Burrow, the line, it's always been that if they could protect him, they gonna go and win the Super Bowl. But if they can't protect him, which I don't know yet, I'm gonna stay. I'd rather take Baltimore. And I think Chiefs, it's so hard to win in the NFL to repeat again and again that I'm gonna just not go Chiefs just for the sake of that point. And that's what I got. Yep.
That's valid. I'm rocking with it. Only pushback I'll give on it is I just don't know if Lamar and the boys could really do it. I like Odell. I just don't know if it's enough, but that's my guy too. I rock with Lamar. I really hope he can. It's just he's in a tough situation, being in a tough division with the Bengals, also with Deshaun Watson in there. Like it's going to be hard just getting into the playoffs, really. It's going to be a fight to get into the playoffs, let alone fight to win a Super Bowl. But, hey, we'll have to see.
But I do like Cooley's point, though, about the Bengals, though, because I think, to Cooley's point, like bros in practice. I guess they was working on like a rollout play or whatever, and he pulled his groin and pulled his something in his leg. I'm not gonna say it's groin, but something in his leg. But moral of the story is like, like if he got to do that during the game, like he's not really a runner. You know what I mean? Like ideally, Joe Burrow would look great in like behind any line that Tom Brady's been behind. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been pretty great lines that he's been able to just stay in the pocket and do his thing. And I don't know if the Bengals can do that yet, but I do think, to your point about Lamar, I don't know if they can get over the hump. You know what I mean? I don't know with all the talent that's in that conference. I'm not quite sure. For my teams, man, I'm going with Kansas City. Just the consistency. I think that somebody's got to show me that they got their number before I can just sit there and just bet against it. Like it is hard to consistently win, but I think we saw Tom Brady do it, and he had the formula of whatever that is, and I think Patrick Mahomes may have been figuring that out and figured out some of that sauce. And then, man, in the NFC, it's kind of tough, what I'm saying? I want to have some delusion and just say my boys, but I think the talent over there in Philly is going to be tough to overcome. I think the talent over there in Philly is going to be very tough to overcome. Do I believe that we can? Yes, on any given day. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the conversation like Paul Pierce. Any given day, he had LeBron's number and he gave him a run for his money, but it's still the talent of LeBron James, you know what I mean, that could overpower you any given day as well. You know what I mean? And I think the talent of Philly is just something you can't ignore.
For my teams, I'm gonna go with Philly at NFC, but with the AFC, I want to go Chiefs, but I'm gonna go sleeper. This is gonna be a wild one. Dolphins. I feel like Miami has been building something down there, and as a Patriots fan, we have been dealing with it firsthand for the last couple of years now. We just can't beat them. But I feel like the Dolphins are building something special down there. They beefed up their defense with Jalen Ramsey. I want to make sure if I'm correct. If I'm wrong, just let me know. But I want to say they beefed it up good enough with Jalen Ramsey, and they've added the pieces that they needed. The offensive is a weapon. Their offense is explosive. So I just think that do I think they're better than the 49ers? It remains to be seen. But like you saying about Paul Pierce and your Cowboys, anything can happen on any given night. The Dolphins, I think they could do it. If all pieces fall in line, I think Dolphins will get there.
I'm not mad at it. I can see it. It's just the AFC right now is like very tough when it comes to who's going to make those 7 playoff spots. It's just that's what it is. And when you are one of those teams that's making the last spot, it's hard for you to even really get to the Super Bowl because you had to fight just to get in. There's not a lot of times where you see teams that had to fight just to get in the playoffs end up making and winning the Super Bowl. It's just rare. Usually the teams that win the Super Bowl comfortably got into the playoffs.
Well, I mean, we don't know if Miami's going to have to fight. We don't know how the season's going to play out yet.
I think they might.
These are just predictions. These are right, and these are just predictions. But if they have
that division, though, that division already got the Bills and possibly the Jets, maybe. So it's like, is Miami better than both of those teams? They might be better than the Jets, maybe, but are they better than the Bills?
They're definitely better than the Jets.
You gotta remember how football works, though. Football any given day, and I don't know if they're better than the Jets.
It's not just any given day; it's when it comes to playoff spots, it comes to now an accumulation of any given days.
Right, but you got to think. But it's like this though. Like if we got 30 teams, we playing 17 games. In that sense, it's like, all right, when I see this team, I have to be on my A game. An accumulation of being on my A game versus these teams, and they have to be on their A game just as much. So whoever's on their A game a little bit more that day is going to get that dub, and or well, not even a little bit more, I guess to say, because it's based off the talent level. But if you're on your A game more than what they are, I believe that you can win a football game because it's chess. It's not like checkers where you sit down and it's like, all right, after I make these few moves, I'm about to beat you. And chess is like, shit out of nowhere, bro. This just happened, like, bro. Now you got your what is the pawn? Your pawn that turned into something more, type shit. Like it's like you really got to think.
Yeah, that's true. We'll have to see, man. Like we'll have to see. So everybody got their predictions out. At the end of the day, I think everybody picked my team at least. I ain't mad at it. But now we can move.
We them boys.
It could easily go left. It could.
That's another thing. I did want to also get pushback on the Philly repeating thing. I do want to get pushback because a lot of people did the same thing with Cincinnati. When they lost to the Rams, they were like, oh, they'll be right back. They're good. And then Cincinnati didn't make it.
I do believe the only other team is Dallas out the NFC.
No,
that's valid. A lot of people are giving us that where it's like, oh, it's hard to say Joe Burrow and them was going to make it back because of how tough the AFC is.
It could happen with that defense.
Yeah, I think teams aren't going to be able to score enough against us. But I think our problem is going to be we're not going to be able to score. Like, I don't like our offense.
That's all it is. You guys have always had good offense and defense. It's situations. You guys are just poor situations. That's
I like
all.
them boys in I like Jacksonville. I like San Diego. I mean, LA Chargers. My bad. The LA Chargers. The Jacksonville Jaguars. I got some sleepers for you. If their call come out decent, you could look at the Saints as a potential because. Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, if they could, you know what I'm saying? They could put something off. So I got teams I'm looking at.
What do you think about the
Titans? You can't run your way to a Super Bowl, man. I don't think they'll be able to do it. You can run. They're not going to use him right. I do not have good hope in that. He's going to be great, but I don't think he's going to impact to where the whole system is now different. It's going to be similar to how they had A.J. Brown, but the main focus of the offense was still Derrick Henry.
I bring that up because I think about, like, when I think of the Saints, like to Cooley's point about the Saints, I think of the Titans because, like, they dealt with the injuries, dealt with, QB changing, this and that, but they got a decent running back core, but they just need their wide receivers and their defense to come along. But their defense is subpar.
Yeah, I was just about to say that's the only thing with the Titans, their defense. And I kind of feel, Jamel, when you say you can't run yourself to a Super Bowl, I don't think you can win in this league being one-dimensional. Now, you could have a top 10 or a top 5 running game and have like a middle of the road passing game, but you would at the very least need that middle of the road. You need to be at average.
Yeah, and I think that's why Philly succeeded.
No way.
Because Philly did run their way to a Super Bowl, but it wasn't ran through one player. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was ran through with multiple running backs and the quarterback, and then the quarterback also had a very good throwing game. So I think you can run your way to a Super Bowl, but that can't be your only route. You gotta have a backup route. You gotta have a different route mapped up. You gotta be take away the run, if I'm taking I-75, but then I-75 get hit with traffic, I better know I need to hop on 85 or something and come around the other way. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I'm only going this highway. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I feel you. And that's also why, hey man, shout out. I'm gonna give a shout out to Pat. He brought up my team early in the pod, or in the last episode that we dropped, because this is the part 2. But he brought up Desmond Ridder. Like, if Desmond Ridder could be somewhat effective, more, we just need him more effective than Marcus Mariota. If he could be more effective than Marcus Mariota from a passing standpoint, like I like us, I like what we got going on. We added Calais Campbell. So just look out. That's another sleeper. I'm biased too. I got a little sleeper in Atlanta. Just all depend on that quarterback play.
Yeah, we'll see. And with that, we can go into talking about some sleepers that you guys might think you are going to be like next up, maybe, or just not, may not even be next up, but are going to have a great season this year. Who you guys think could be some guys that are going to really ball out this year? I'll kick it off. I got he had a great season towards like the end of last season. I'll go with Christian Watson, wide receiver from Green Bay. He balled out, of course. Like I remember like the first game of the season, I think it was against Minnesota. He had this big time drop, and Aaron Rodgers was like, he wasn't pissed off, but you could tell he wasn't like happy with, of course, how everything was going with the young receivers there in Green Bay. And then Christian Watson started to catch up. He started to cook up, and I was like, yeah, this guy might be something. He's going to be him and Jordan Love are going to be able to cook up. So I got him. I also got Dameon Pierce, running back out of Houston. He had a great season last year. Florida boy, former Florida Gator, power running back. I like how he plays. He's very tough. He's going to play until his helmet falls off. There's highlights of that happening. Go check it out. The man don't care. He's going to try to get that touchdown. And I'm rocking with him. I think he's going to help CJ Stroud. And trying to think of one more. Maybe I could think of a defensive player. But while I'm thinking, maybe you guys could cook up some other players that you guys got.
Man, I like those guys. I think, honestly, one of the guys that I think is going to be an X factor to look out for is going to be Sauce. Sauce is going to be nice, man. I think for that defense, bro.
Yeah.
I think a lot of QBs are going to are going to try and attack him like they did Diggs. So I think he's going to show that. And I think what's going to like put QBs in trouble is like he's at practice with Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? So like anything that y'all try and go do, he's probably seen it. Like the man does no look passes, this and that. So he's able to go against an elite quarterback in practice. So I think that's going to be very helpful. Other than Sauce, man, on the offensive side, I think to Cooley's point, what he was talking about earlier with Desmond Ridder, I'm in Atlanta. I'm looking at Desmond. I'm looking to see, can you take this team where they need to go? Kyle Pitts, he's been looking for a quarterback. Drake London, he needs a quarterback to help him, establish himself into the league. And then those running backs, bro, those guys is running their ass off for that team with nobody to freaking take the pressure off for them. So, and then the defense is actually pretty decent. It's the quarterback. So,
that's it.
Get them a good quarterback, man, Desmond Ridder. And that's a lot of pressure on Desmond Ridder, don't get me wrong. But in that same breath, I mean, you're the quarterback. That is the most important position in all of sports. So, you know what I mean? Like you kind of like you're the CEO, bro. It's been tough. It's always going to be tough. It's never going to change. So that being said, just time to step up and let's see what you do.
Yeah, those are valid picks. I like Sauce. I think I was going to pick him too. I think he is. Those quarterbacks are going to test him, and he's going to pass the test. I think because he is getting a lot of hype. He's getting a lot of media commercials because the name, all that, his swag. So he's getting all that, and corners tend to already be cocky. So it's like they're going to test that, and that's going to help.
I agree. Corners, and he's humble, but he's got that edge to him. You can tell he definitely got that edge.
Yeah, he got the Detroit swag at him,
I think I think the team that I would be looking at as a whole is the Broncos, though. You know what I mean? Like I'm definitely gonna have my eye on them with Sean Payton coming over there, changing some things up. I mean, clearly, like Russell Wilson has talent that Drew Brees had. You know what I mean? And if not a little bit more, bro, he just dropped off the face of the earth these past 2 seasons, I think. But it happens. So hopefully him getting in the lab with Sean Payton, some of the other work that he's probably some of the other work that he's probably been putting in, he's able to implement that, and we can see these wide receivers finally take the step that they've been looking for too. And it's tough being a wide receiver, bro, because you gotta have a good quarterback.
Yeah. A lot of people look at the Russell Wilson situation and they compare it, because in reality, it's not. You don't get that immediate success a lot of times. We were just looking at the recency of how Brady got there 1 year and won. Matthew Stafford got there 1 year and won. So it's like we're looking at those two.
But he was some ass though.
That's true. That is true. It wasn't like okay, give him another year, they could get it together. No, it was like,
bro, I think it was a stat that like if he didn't throw like 1 or 2 interceptions per game that he threw, they probably would have won like over 5 games, like 5 more games. You know what I mean? Like it was that critical as to like the shit that he was doing was really fucking up like their chances, because their defense was doing well. Like their defense was doing their thing, getting picks, putting them in positions. Like, bro, they'd be like at the 30, bro, starting off pick. What the fuck? Like you like what? Or 3 and out. Like this is crazy, So I mean, shit. It's documented though. Like Marshawn Lynch kind of talks about the situation that in the relationship he has with Russ, and he like, bro, I can't even call the man. You got to call somebody to schedule an appointment to do this and do that. Like you start thinking you big time. You think you this and that, bro. Like
he got an agent. He got a publicist.
Like
you got to call the publicist to talk to the agent to schedule an appointment with Mr. Wilson.
He is America's husband, like that.
I'm about to say, it's like, think about who he married to. He married to a person where that's normal to their industry. That's to where in sports. It's like
they're the model couple right now. That's what it is.
I don't know about
for some. Not
I feel like let me ask. Okay, so this is a sidebar. You got Gab and D-Wade.
I can still smash on C.
I'll already say no to that one.
And you got Russ and C.
I'm going LeBron and Savannah. Shoot. Give me that one, man. Give me LeBron and Savannah.
Probably the closest thing you're going to get to Russ and C.
But let's be real. Gab, like, older than D-Wade. Like, she got, like, some years on him.
She playing on that.
If Russ older than Sierra.
No, the only problem, to be honest with you, the only reason that no one goes with Gab and D-Wade is because, they do the new age style parenting. So a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people don't like the new age style parenting where, you accept your kids and everything.
Dwayne Wade is 41 years old. Gabrielle Union is 50. She got 9 years on this man.
Kids is crazy.
She got almost a decade on this man, bro. I'm sorry.
That's not bad, bro.
Me personally, no. I'm not going with a 35-year-old woman. I'm not marrying.
Hey man, don't miss out on your blessings, brother. Don't miss out on your blessings.
I'm just talking about the relationship.
Love ain't got no age.
I'm just,
you feel me?
It definitely does. But
you could drive in my 88.
Hey y'all, ladies, y'all hear that now? Everybody over 40, hit up that man Melly Mel.
Yeah, I'm just talking from a marrying standpoint. I'm not talking like casual dating, nothing like that. That's different. When it comes to marrying, I'm not for. That's just not me. You know what I'm saying?
But I think I agree. I think but I think when it comes to the LeBron and Savannah, like we can't put them in the convo. I feel like because that shit is a rarity. Like how many people do you know still with somebody from high school?
That's valid.
So and to that point, I ain't gonna disrespect the beautiful queen of Savannah, but
Nope.
How many people leaving that? How many people leaving that situation, bro? Nope. I don't care how bad it go. I don't care how
like my man Mark Jackson said. To no disrespect, I hit. I'm just saying.
He said that. No. He definitely said that. He definitely said
on live TV.
Wait about Savannah.
But she not leaving. She not leaving LeBron, bro. She not. That's not happening, bro. Like, come on.
But what does that have to do with like
You never
model
know.
couple, though? What you
You're
mean?
not in
So
that
I'm
people's
saying,
business.
like, how much of a model are they? If we, like you said, like what Cooley's saying, we don't know. We don't really know their relationship. Like, shit, they might argue. Bron, they might be on some Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith shit.
Then why can't we say that for all these other couples we just bring
Because
up?
we inside of their relationships, like damn near, bro. You
No,
see D Wade
okay.
and Gab all on TV and shit.
We think
talking
we
about
inside.
it.
We think
You
we
see
inside. There's
Russell-
probably more.
Nah, bro, them boys very open. Like,
And that's what I'm
LeBron
saying.
is
That's
not
what I
open.
would not want. That's what I want not want. I don't want that type of open type of relationship.
Russell
I think
where the whole world know our
hold on,
business.
hold on. Let me make this point real quick. I think, with Russell Wilson and Sierra, they're the model couple because of the baby thing, like the like Kid Future thing. Like that's why they're considered one of the model couples. Because look at this
father shit.
Yeah, look at him stepping up, handling doing what he supposed to. She beautiful, you know. She in a certain light, you know. It's Sierra, you know. So it's like
Couples
that's
don't
kind
stay
of like
together.
why we look at them like the model, quote unquote, just perception wise. They're always on the red carpet.
I think you're right. You're right. Couples don't stay together nowadays, so you gotta see somebody do a stepfather role or stepmother role.
Yeah,
which
feel
Gab
that's a
does
situation
too.
for both of
Gab
those couples.
did too.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
I do
Gab,
agree
those
about
are
that.
her children. That she's
But-
stepmom to them.
But you know what I'm saying? Like to see what Russ is doing for sure with Future, and then we got Future on the other side, you know, doing
and I
what
still
Future
smash
do.
on C.
Futuring it up. Either way, me personally, if I had to pick those two that you just named, then I would pick.
I'm
that's
just
tough.
going Gab.
He said, "I got
simply-
it out the field. Forget Russell Wilson."
I'm going
Yeah,
Gab simply because, bro, Russ might be walking in a grocery store one day, get his ass beat, and he don't even know why. He don't even understand.
Like, yeah, because
why.
now I got to look at it from either from a man in the relationship in the two relationships we just named. As the man, you're either going to be the stepfather or you're going to have kids with the stepmother. So I think I would just pick the other. I would be D Wade.
But to your point, you can't have kids with the stepmother because she can't have kids. So y'all have to go do a surrogate.
That's
and y'all are going through
true,
that
too.
whole process.
That's
and
true.
That.
I didn't see.
That's why I'm saying we inside that shit, bro. We damn near knowing what the fuck. While
And
Russell
that's where
over
I
there
go
letting
later.
that shit
Yeah,
go
we in the
straight.
Matrix. Yeah, we
Straight.
inside.
Sierra got another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'll pick Russell Wilson then because I don't want that much of my business.
And I'm
out
getting,
like
and
that.
I'm still in
Like
the
that's
league. I'm still big. He
too.
retired.
That's
But
too
in
much
that
of my
same,
business.
but I'm
He on
still in the
TBS
league, but I'm
sitcom.
being flamed though every day, and everything they talk about is in regards to Sierra. They like, oh, I need to stop fucking with her. I start fucking with her, and my career start going down. Everything that start happening, but the outside,
No,
like
he
you
was
said, on
already
the
with him when
field,
he got the ring, right?
I don't
Yeah,
think
he
so. I
got
don't
the
know about
ring
that.
when he was
No,
with her.
I don't
He
know
got the
about
ring.
that.
No,
Nah,
he was. I don't think she was with. I don't think they're together when he got the ring. She got there after he got the ring.
I
she
thought
probably
that was
knew.
like 2016,
What?
2015.
He got the ring 2014. I know that. That was the year they won. And then they lost it 2015.
Oh yeah, it might have been. Oh yeah, it might have been before they got together. Yeah, before they got
Because
together.
when was Baby Future born?
I couldn't tell you that stuff.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
TMZ.
He was
Yeah, I
born.
was just about to
he was
say,
born-
I'm not-
Hey, right. He
Yeah.
was born May of 2014. So yeah, bro. That man went and got his ring. Sierra came later. Everything ever since she came, bro. His play on the field has been a decline,
Suspect,
but
yeah.
everything.
But
off the-
at least he
off the
already got his
field
ring.
went up.
At least, at the very least, at least he already got his ring first. That
D-Wade got three.
might justify it. That might
D-Wade
justify
got
it.
three
So if he
and
fall
2
off
with his
today,
girl.
he didn't crash out. Yeah, he ain't crash out.
Yeah, but
He
he
just-
still. I don't know. Me personally,
Rough
I ain't gonna be like, oh man, I gotta dump her and I get her another ring again. Or, nah, man, I gotta dump the ring for this
I ain't
ring.
gonna lie. Like he might need to they still together, they married, but he might need to hey, go on vacation real quick.
Oh, you don't want that.
And I
Nah,
still
you
smash
don't.
him.
Hey, August Alsina might pop out of nowhere.
All it takes is a certain show to be lining up with that certain.
You
And
know
I
what I'm
still-
saying? This
yeah,
is
and
my
I still-
confession.
Oh man, crazy.
And I still fuck on C.
And I
So I
still
was like,
smash on C.
hey, say it.
I'm in a and I'm geek. My youngest in the street, and I still smash on C. Yeah, Future's going in on that one song.
Man, I don't know, man. Me personally, I can't do either of them. I don't want, but I get it because it's like with Russ, it's like either you get flamed all the time, or with D Wade, it's like your business just out there. Me personally, I'd rather deal with just being flamed than having all my business out there like that.
But your
Like the
D-Wade
fact that
is
y'all
fine.
know that we
I'm
can't,
cool with
the fact
being-
that people know that we can't have kids, that's a little bit too much. I don't need y'all knowing that because guess what? That's gonna come with some women that's gonna throw themselves like, I can have the kid. But he's like, oh, okay, now I gotta deal with that. You know what I'm saying? It's like
I'm okay with
it's
that.
just too much.
Okay with that.
You crazy. You crazy.
Hey, that's not a problem.
I was
That's
in
not
the
a problem.
NBA.
It's no problem. No problem.
That's cool. I'm an NBA. Ex-NBA.
Stupid, bro.
I'm lit. No matter what, I'm lit. Like I'm still Wade.
Yeah. Either way, where was we? We was talking about sleepers. I don't even know where we at with this.
Yeah, we were talking about
facts.
sleepers. I got a few sleepers.
Oh, okay. You got something? Go ahead. Let them roll.
I got 3. Like I said, I got the Saints. I'm looking at the Saints. Don't sleep on them. I'm looking at Seattle. Man, my boy Jamal Adams.
How this man gonna pick his rival?
Yeah, I'm cool, bro. I'm objective. I'm a fan.
I
but
would
I'm
never pick
objective.
the Cowboys.
The ops. I gotta pay attention to the ops because they the ops.
Okay,
Like, I'm not.
that's valid,
Right.
but you're giving the ops
Right.
validation.
I don't know what's going on. No, I'm like.
No, I know what's going on with the ops, but I'm not about to give them validation. You giving them validation, like don't sleep on the who that. My bad. Go ahead, cook up, man. I'm teasing.
Nah, we gonna beat them. We gonna win the division, but they gonna make the playoffs. That's what I'm saying. I like them. I like them going to the playoffs, and I like Seattle. I like Seattle winning their division, going to the playoffs as well. DK Metcalf coming back healthy. He gonna have a potential monster season. I like Geno Smith. I feel like he fits well in that offense. They got Jamal Adams coming back healthy from the PUP list. And so they solidified on defense. They got their defensive leader back. I like Seattle. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And LA, the Rams, I don't think the Rams is who they say they was when they was in championship. So,
yeah, the Efton picks is cool, but after a year, it's probably not going to work again. So, yeah. I think a sleeper team I got is, who was it? Oh, the Browns. I got the Browns as a sleeper team. Deshaun Watson is now going to have a full season. I even like the backup that they picked up out of UCLA, DTR. He's nice. So if Deshaun does get hurt or just he has a horrible season, they want to mix things up, DTR will be a nice fit. He played a full 4 years, so he's very skilled in the game at a high level. He played in the Pac-12. So it's like he hasn't played great defenses because, Pac-12 isn't known for defense, but he has played a full 4 years, which you don't see a lot in a lot of quarterbacks nowadays, especially a lot of guys that play like him. He's a kind of a running type of quarterback, and a lot of running type of quarterbacks, if you play 2 years and they say you can go to the draft, you go now because running quarterbacks can get injured, like Anthony Richardson. He only started 13 college games in his entire career. He's only played in 13 games total, let alone started maybe like one full season. So it's like in like the last half of the season before that. So, he already went top 5 pick in the draft. So DTR has played 4 full years. I think he even played 5 because of the COVID eligibility. So he's going to be a great backup. And then either way, they already have Amari Cooper. I like. I don't think they kept Kareem Hunt, but of course Nick Chubb is great. The defense is still solid. So be on the lookout for the Browns. I'm rocking with them just a little bit. See what they can do. That's my sleeper team, at least. I still haven't been able to come up with a defensive player on the sleep, but.
And one more, I like Jacksonville.
Duval, am I mad at it? Yeah, it's a lot of teams that could be slept on, man. We're gonna have to see if they wake up.